Well, I want to tell you about my challenge and how it became the greatest doorway for transformation. So, I was brought up by parents who had dodged bombs during World War II. I came along a few years afterwards, and I didn't really fit in what they really wanted. I'm not sure exactly what they wanted, but I was not a comfortable place for them. I was excited about life. I loved life. And they would be very uncomfortable with my excitement. And they were like, stop it. You're too happy. And would squelch it. And they were good people, but they just didn't know how to deal with it. And my mother, she was very devout Catholic. And her mother, she would always talk about her as a saint and how good she was and how she would let anybody do anything to her and not complain. And so I grew up with this myth that picking up a crucifix was the thing to do in order to get loved and respected. Now, I went from studying one spiritual path after another because spirituality was my way of making sense of the world, even as a young child. As a young adult, I had already started studying many of the different paths. This was in the 60s, late 60s, mid-60s, late 60s, 70s. I continued on until I was 62. I had great resources with spirituality and considered myself very spiritual. I was a healer. I worked in hospitals, bedside people going through all kinds of experiencing, a midwife helping people cross over with a harp. My life was going very well in some ways, but on the other way, I was being tormented with my own value. And I was feeling that I had become a victim to things in my life. I hadn't been able to break that victim path of carrying the crucifix. Well, there I was at 62 in this state of mind. And I was diagnosed with cancer, bilateral breast cancer. Little did I know that this was going to become the greatest doorway to transformation that I had ever walked through in this life. I had a dream that changed my trajectory. I had been set up to have a double mastectomy. I was able to cancel that with confidence. I was able to bypass a lot of the techniques that the medical world wanted me to have with great confidence, and I was very successful with it. Not only with that, but what happened within me was I discovered what Joseph Campbell would call my inner hero. I totally awoke to my magnificence. It was incredible. Not only did I awake to my magnificence, but I could feel the pulse of life in everything. This was a journey that I had never even expected or dreamt of, shifting my spirituality to a whole new level. And when I was done with that, I realized that my purpose here was to help other people hop on to that vibration. And so I am here today with you, sharing some techniques that I learned and were confirmed by Mary Marcy's Dream Builder program, which I became certified in to gain my words, my way of sharing these incredible, incredible principles.